Hello, hello. Welcome to Verbling. I am teacher Oakley. And in today's class, we are going to be practicing using comparatives and superlatives by playing a little trivia game. I will be asking trivia questions about English-speaking countries. And we'll see, you can challenge yourself. How many can you get right? Challenge other students. And some are easy, some are difficult. So these are questions in which you're given some keywords, and you're going to have to form a comparative or superlative question or statement, and then try to think of what the answer is. So our goal is twofold: to learn construction of comparative and superlative adjective sentences, and to learn a little bit about English-speaking countries like Great Britain, United States, and Australia. Okay. Okay. Well, let me welcome Heidi. Hello, Heidi.
Hello, nice to see you again.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you. I have a question. I took another lesson, then I asked the teacher why you use this one, and then it was conjunction. Where? Yeah. We had a date. Date where? It was some where. I forgot. We had a blind date where something. So I asked him why you use where instead of what, because it's date.
We had a blind date.
Blind date where? I forgot.
Okay. Well, first of all, a blind date, of course, is a date. Whatever. Where, for example, if I get hooked up with a blind date, somebody, my cousin, sets me up with some friend of hers from the office who I've never met or seen, and we go out on a blind date. Okay, now, okay, is it something like this? We had a blind date.
And I found it. Tell a story about a blind date where everything went wrong.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I get it. All right, and you're asking, well, you can't use what, first of all. You could say, tell about a blind date in which everything went wrong. Okay, in which we're referring to the blind date. Okay. We English speakers do sometimes use this construction. It's a little tricky because you're talking about a blind date as an occasion. Talk about an occasion where you had a really good time. Does that make sense to you? It's interesting. Okay, look. Talk about an occasion in which you had a very good time. Talking about the idea of an occasion.
I wrote down this one.
No, I know. I'm trying to use a maybe slightly easier. Okay, talk about an occasion in which you had a very good time. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, so the thing, you're thinking about occasion of the thing.
Date is not place. Why this sentence used where?
Right, I'm getting to that. Just give me a minute. Hold on. Trying to explain. It's tricky because a blind date is considered to be like an occasion. That's why I'm trying to lead you over here to occasion. All right, it makes sense for you to if you say in which, because you're talking about you think talking about a noun, a thing.
Yeah.
Right. So far so good. Now I can also say talk about an occasion when you had a really good time. We're thinking about occasion as a specific time. So I could say tell a story about a blind date when you had when everything went wrong. That's still acceptable.
Yes, yes.
I could still use it at talk about an occasion where everything went wrong because we think about occasions as a special time and place.
Yes, yes.
And it's also a thing. It's quite confusing, but the way we conceive of an occasion is a special place. It's a special time. It's a special thing. So you could actually use all of those relative pronouns and still make sense.
Except what?
Except what? Yeah, you can't ever use what as a relative pronoun.
Okay.
No, forbidden. Yeah. So it's a little tricky. It's because of the way we conceive of an occasion. We conceive of it as a time, a place, and a thing. English is crazy. You know. Okay.
How about we can use that?
That. You should be able to. Let me consider. Talking about an occasion that you had. No. Notice when I did it before, I said talk about an occasion in which. Why do I force myself to say in which?
Occasion.
I mean inside. Okay, because it's in a place, in a time.
Yeah.
So we can't use that. Interesting.
Never
really thought about that before, honestly.
Oh, I see.
I've never actually thought about it. I'm logicking it out as I'm speaking to you. But I can understand why. That's interesting. It's not a thing. It's a time and place. Wow.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's quite all right. That's a very interesting question. That's right. We're a little off track, but it's a very interesting question and probably useful.
Because I've learned just yesterday. So.
No, it's quite all right. No problem. Okay, let's get to our lesson now. Hi, Oscar. Oscar's back for more fun and games. Hi, Oscar. Great.
Hi.
Good to see you. Cool. All right. Glad to see you back to challenge Heidi again.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Once we get into the game, we'll get right into it.
Typhoon.
Typhoon.
Hello, teacher. You got typhoon.
Typhoon. Did something happen? Did I suddenly get? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
No,
I'm getting little connection notices, but my modem shows I'm connected. It's very strange. I don't know what's going on. Okay. All right. All right. Bigger, you're comparing two things. Okay. We say bigger. We say with small words we add ER, or words that end with Y. Easier. This class is easier than the last class. All right. With many syllable words. Hopefully we will be more productive than we were yesterday. We use more. We can use less as well. So those are comparatives. Superlatives, same idea, but superlative is the biggest, the greatest, the fastest, the slowest of all the rest, the most, whatever. superior, that's why it's superior, superlative. Okay. So for small one-syllable adjectives, we just add est. Ones that end with y, we change the y to iest. Easiest. This is the easiest class ever. And with many syllable words, we instead of more, we use most. Or again, we can use least. Okay, so this is the most productive class ever. Or maybe the least productive. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Okay, so basically that's the idea. Let's jump in. I'm going to do a screen share, and we'll get started doing two things. You're going to be forming these comparative superlative sentences and then trying to answer these trivia questions about English-speaking countries. So you may accidentally learn some things about English-speaking countries as we go along. Let me quickly welcome JK.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thanks.
Great. Okay. Here we go, and we're off. Okay, first topic specifically, we're going to be looking at the good old jolly old England, the UK, United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. For example, this is how you would form a question using a superlative. Which is the deepest lake? Make sure you have to use the when you use a superlative adjective, because of course there's only one and it is clearly defined. It can only have one answer. So this is the basic sentence structure. Of course, the interrogative first. All right. And that's it. Okay, of course we may add a prepositional phrase after. I'll leave it up to you guys, optional. Which is the deepest lake in Ireland? Which is the deepest lake in Great Britain? Okay. So Heidi, first of all, remember we're talking about
about the lake Ness, because Nessie is living, so maybe it's
Nessie. I actually don't know the answer to that. I forgot to look that up. It was just the example. Maybe it's Loch Ness. I don't even know. Okay, but anyway, oops, I forgot to do
which is the highest mountain in the world?
No, not in the world. Remember, we're.
Great Britain. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like world.
You like world? Yeah, that's easier. Right. We're learning about English-speaking countries specifically. So first of all, UK. All right. Do you know, Heidi, which is the highest mountain in the UK? It's a hard one.
The highest. Which is the highest? Oh, Crossfire Mountain. Crossfire.
No. Oscar, do you know? Oscar, do you have any idea what is the highest mountain? What is the highest mountain? Which is the highest mountain?
In United Kingdom?
Yeah. No idea? I had no idea, so don't feel bad. Okay. JK, do you have any idea which is the highest mountain in the UK?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I don't know.
It is called Ben Nevis, and it is not all that high. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Quick note,
Yeah.
I realized something as I was asking my question here, something I want to share with you guys, an important English note. How to decide if you should use which or what, because I think I asked Oscar, what is the highest mountain? Okay, when do we use which and when do we use what? It's a judgment call, but the basic idea is you use which when you have two or a few options only. In this case, which is probably appropriate because there's not very many high mountains.
Nevis. Oh, I found it in the Wikipedia.
Ah, okay. Okay, we use which when we only have a few options. For example, if I'm holding up 3 pens, I would say, which pen would you like? Okay, because there's only 3 choices. We use what when there are hundreds or thousands or many possible answers. So, you know, Heidi wanted the question to be, what is the highest mountain in the world? You wouldn't say which is the highest mountain in the world, because there's a lot of very high mountains. Okay, so it would be more appropriate to say what is the highest mountain. Okay, so there you go, which and what. Let me quickly welcome Mark to the class. Howdy.
Howdy, how are you?
Good, partner.
Yeah.
Okay. Sit tight. It's very, I'm not even going to bother explaining it all because it'll be very clear, Mark, to you in just a second if you don't know what's going on. Oscar, your turn. Remember, we're talking about the UK. So form a proper question using this information.
The river.
Okay. Okay. So, no, first of all, first things first, I would like you to form a proper question. Which long rivers is not a very good sentence. So,
which is the longer is the most
okay.
longer?
You're going to want a superlative. So that's an EST. All right? EST ending. So, which is the longest river in the UK? You would only use longer, Oscar, if you're comparing two. Which river is longer, the Seine or the Thames?
Longest.
Okay. Longest. So there you go. Which is the longest river in the UK?
Yeah, in the UK, yes.
Yeah. All right. Do you know?
Thames.
No. And by the way, that's I thought so too, but we would both be wrong, Oscar. By the way, this is crazy English again. This is not pronounced the way it looks. It looks like okay, which is what you're pronouncing, Thames. Frankly, I pronounced it that way for many years, being an American, but it's actually the Thames. They actually pronounce it as a T, not a TH. But the answer is not the Thames. JK, do you know the correct answer? What is the longest river in jolly old England? Do you know?
Well, also I was wrong. I thought it was Thame also.
The Thames. Okay.
No, I don't know.
Okay, Mark, do you know? Mark, any idea?
Is in you Kingdom?
Yes.
Server?
Close. Server. Severn.
Severn.
Okay, and please note another English note here. Names of rivers. We need the in front of the name of the river. The Nile, the Amazon, the Severn, the Thames,
Okay.
the Seine, the whatever, the Danube. Okay, notice I didn't bother with the for the mountain. We don't. Mountains, sometimes we say Mount whatever, Mount Kilimanjaro, for example. Sometimes we don't use anything. Everest, everybody knows what it is. Sometimes we say something mountain. So we have options with mountains. But always rivers have to have the in front of it. Okay. JK, first of all, number 3, form me a proper sentence using a superlative.
Okay. Which is the largest city in Britain, in the UK?
Yeah.
In the UK.
Yeah, and you know this one, don't you?
Yeah, of course, it's London.
No. Yes, of course it is
Oh.
London. I'm kidding. Of course it's London. 1 point. Finally. All right. Somebody gets a point. Okay, you got it. London. Again, I guess we're learning about a little bit about the article the as well as we go along. London city names basically never have the. With an exception. There's one city I can think of. There may be more. I could be wrong. Do you know, JK, do you know a city in Europe that has the?
Again, it's a tough question.
Yeah, it's a bonus question. You're in the bonus round because you got this right. No, okay, I'll just give you The Hague. All right.
The Hague.
The Hague actually has the. It's the only city I know of that uses the in the name of the city.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on, Mark. First of all, form me up a proper question with the superlative. Mark? Mark, did I lose you? I did. Oopsie. Well, hopefully he'll be back. Heidi? First of all, Heidi, form the question.
Yes, which is the oldest castle in UK?
Uh-huh.
Oldest castle is Windsor Castle. It occupied a castle, but if you ask only oldest is Warwick Castle.
Okay. That not according to my information. I actually knew that detail about Windsor Castle, but they're looking for just the oldest, but that's not the answer I have. How old is that castle, Heidi?
Okay.
Oh, you can get back to me on that.
Okay.
Let me,
It was constructed 1070.
1070.
Yeah, 1070. And
Okay.
Warwick Castle was constructed 1068.
Okay. All right. I got an older one. Apparently, at this particular time in Great Britain's history, there was a great castle building rush. Because I have another one that predates it by only a year or 2 years. Oscar, do you know what castle? Again, don't worry, I had no idea.
I think the Windsor, but no, is
No, it isn't. It is
it
not.
isn't?
It isn't. No. JK, any idea?
Warwick Castle?
No.
No.
Supposedly, okay, I had to copy paste it. I didn't even trust my. Didn't trust. Chepstow Castle, 1067.
Okay.
Just barely beats the one Heidi was talking about. Now,
it's already collapsed.
it has? Really?
Yeah.
Did it collapse recently? Really?
No, it's only ruined.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. All right. Well, fair enough. Okay. Something interesting here. Castles. Whatever. As you guys were naming off a few castles here, Windsor Castle, the other ones there, whatever. I guess we should have said the oldest standing castle. I don't know. But anyway, notice that we don't use the. However, when we talk about other buildings, okay, we say whatever castle. For example, the Acropolis, okay, the Great Pyramids of Giza. Okay. We often use the to describe them. So with buildings, for example, the Empire State Building, okay, the 606 building, we usually use the. However, for some reason, we don't with castles. I have no idea why. Okay. Oscar, again, thinking of the UK, give me a proper sentence here to start off with.
Is the Big Ben?
Okay, again, please give me the correct form of the sentence, first of all.
Which is the most visited monument?
Very good. You got it. Most visited monument. And your answer is Big Ben, which I think is no longer called Big Ben, according to information we looked at the other day when we were looking at British trivia. Okay. No, that is not the correct answer. I thought it was, but looking at referencing my material, no, it's not. JK, which is the most visited monument in the UK?
It's London Bridge.
London Bridge, no. That's okay. I would have thought so too. Or Big Ben. Heidi, do you know?
Tower of London? No.
No.
London? No. Tower. London? No.
No. Stonehenge.
Stonehenge? Really?
Yeah, I don't believe it either.
Before you said that there are nothing, only Stonehenge.
I didn't think so. I thought it was hard to get to and remote. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess that's what I thought. Okay. I had no idea. Maybe this information is wrong. I don't know. Okay. All right. All right. Let's try the next one. JK, number 6.
My turn. I didn't say anything for long. Oh? No?
Oh, it's my turn.
You got the castle, right?
Okay.
Right. Okay, JK.
Yeah.
Because it's very easy.
Yeah, because it's very easy. Which is the most popular music band over? I think it's the News.
The who? The what?
The News.
No.
No.
The number 1.
I don't think so.
Very similar to the music name.
Okay. Okay,
I pronounce it wrong.
I don't know. I don't know the Muse. I know that band. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Remember, we're talking about the most popular music band in Great Britain. Heidi, actually,
McCartney. No, you know.
Yeah, there you go. Heidi, you can steal now. Go ahead, Heidi. You can steal.
Beatles.
Go ahead.
The Beatles.
The Beatles. Of course, the Beatles.
Oh, okay.
All right. Love me do. Okay, let me welcome Frank to the class. Hello, Frank.
Hello,
Hello, how are you today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Okay, Frank, actually, you're the last one in, and it's actually your turn, so you can start right away. All right, first I need you to form a proper sentence here using a superlative. Okay, do you know what I mean by a superlative?
No.
Okay, you're a superlative. I'll help you out here, and then you can do it on your own later. All right, the correct answer, a comparative is when we compare two things. I am bigger than you are, Frank. Ha! But you're smarter than I am. That's a comparative. That's a comparative. Smarter, bigger, stronger, faster. That's a comparative. Here we're looking for a superlative. Okay, I am the smartest person in the room. Just kidding. Smartest, fastest, strongest. Okay? Those are superlatives. Smelliest. Okay, Frank? So how could I form a sentence with a superlative here? A question, actually.
Who is the most famous writer ever?
Okay, and we are actually looking at specifically Great Britain, the UK. Who's the most famous writer ever in the UK, or really from the UK? Frank, do you know?
Let me see.
Let me see is not a correct answer.
Very famous.
Mr. Let Me See. That would be a great name. It's Mr. Let Me See. Take a guess, Frank.
Do you know Romeo and Juliet?
Frank, do you know?
John Hancock.
John Hancock.
Because everyone said, put your John Hancock.
Yeah, okay.
I guess.
Right. Very funny. Okay. An idiom, give me your John Hancock, refers to a writer of the Declaration of Independence who signed his name very large.
So he is a family.
Yeah, well, no. And he's not from the Great Britain. He's an American. He signed the Declaration of Independence. So again, Heidi, back to you. Obviously, you know it.
Shakespeare.
Yep. Old Bill.
William Shakespeare.
Old
Romeo and Juliet.
Old Billy.
Othello. Or
Billy Shaky himself. Okay. All right. Well, this is a matter of opinion, but oh well. It's my quiz, and so there. Heidi, go ahead. Superlative here.
Which is the most typical British food?
Yeah.
Fish, fried fish. Fried fish.
Okay. Well, what do they call it?
Fish fry.
That's not what they call it. Do you know?
I don't know.
Oh, really? Okay. Oscar, do you know what the Brits call it?
Huh?
No. Oscar, do you know?
No.
No? Yeah, what the British call it. You gotta have the name right. JK, do you know what it's called? Heidi's on the right track. She's got it. She just doesn't know what it's called.
UK?
Yeah, in the UK.
Are you talking about the food?
Yeah, the food. Obviously,
Oh.
UK, British food. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
I have no idea.
Really? Okay, Frank, do you know?
Sandwich.
Sandwich. No. Fish and chips, guys. Fish and chips. Fish and chips. Lads and lassies. That's not fish. Sorry, that should be fish. Fish and chips.
Fish chips.
Of course, a little salt and vinegar. There you go. Maybe a little tartar sauce. Okay. Oscar, number 9. Whoops. Oscar, number 9 here.
Yes.
Are you there? Yeah.
Which
Hmm.
is the most expensive shop?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Do you know? I think you could also say the most famous shop, just as a clue. I don't really think it is the most expensive. I doubt it. I seriously doubt it, but it's definitely the most famous. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
No. JK, do you know?
No?
No? Okay. Heidi, do you know? Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped Heidi. I should have gone to Heidi first. Oh, no, no, no.
Harold.
I'm sorry.
Harold.
Okay. Harrods. That's it. Harrods. There you go. Famous, really famous department store that actually now has outlets everywhere in the world.
The
Right.
owner is Egyptian.
Very strange, but okay. I think that's very odd that the owner's Egyptian. But anyway, there you go. JK, back to you. One more superlative here.
Which is the most popular holiday in the UK?
Yes. What do you think?
I think New Year's Day. Christmas?
No. Well, your first answer is a no. Frank, I was actually supposed to go to you after JK. Frank, do you know which is the most popular holiday? Frank?
It depends.
Sorry?
Um,
In Great Britain.
Independence Day.
Oh, they're still not independent. I don't think they have an Independence Day. They still have a queen, for goodness sake.
From which country?
No.
No.
Nobody.
In the
Nobody
UK.
occupied Britain.
Yeah, that's right. Well, actually, that's not true, Frank. Rome, the Roman Empire, occupied Britain, or half of it. Not the whole thing, but half of it. But that was a long, long time ago. Okay, Heidi, what do you think is the most popular holiday in
Christmas.
And you are correct.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh, you are absolutely correct. I did know that. That's definitely true. Let's try something different. We're going to try superlatives. For example, a superlative is constructed like this. The Sahara Desert is hotter than. We use the superlative construction with the ER here, and we frequently, not
You mean
necessary.
comparative?
Comparative. Oh, did I say? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Slip of the tongue. Slip of the tongue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
No problem.
Okay, thank you for that. Didn't even realize I said it. All right, yes, comparative structures, comparative adjectives with the ER. Frequently we use than because we often use than to compare two things, hotter than. Sahara Desert is hotter than the North Pole. Okay, so here the answer will be true or false. Just use the first one first. Okay. Who had that? Who did that last question? Oscar, right? You had the last question?
Yes.
Okay. JK, you start us off with our comparatives. First of all, how would we form the sentence?
Which is bigger? Yeah, which is bigger, Great Britain or Ireland? Which is which is bigger or larger?
Okay, we're going to try to form not a question this time. Let's go for a statement. You are correct with your question form. All right. Can you give it to me in a statement form? And then we'll decide true or false. Is it
Great Britain is bigger than Ireland.
true or false?
True.
Yeah, of course it's true. All right, but of course it should be larger, but same difference, larger, larger, bigger. All right. Okay. Oh, this is a stupid question. What is this question? Okay, Frank. Okay, Frank, try this one. Again, we're going to put it in a statement like this. This is a little bit trickier. Frank?
Um,
Okay, it makes sense. I see.
false.
Okay, but what is false? You've got to give me the statement first. How would you form a sentence with a colorful flag in this style?
England's flag is more colorful than the U.S. does.
You don't need does. Okay, there's a couple ways to do it. We could say England's flag, as Frank did. England's flag is more colorful than the USA flag.
Than the USA.
Okay, now you're using does because there's another way to do this. England has a more colorful flag than the USA. England has a more colorful flag than the USA. We use has to show possession, ownership. Okay? Has a more colorful flag than the USA is another. That's another way to phrase it. Really means the same thing. Heidi?
About the color is the same. Three colors.
Right. So this is interesting. Okay, Frank, your answer was false, right?
Yes, because the U.S. has more colonized.
No. Heidi's right, but so are you, Frank. Okay? Because, now this is interesting, a little piece of logic. England has a more colorful flag than the USA. No, it doesn't. It has exactly the same.
Maybe as colorful as.
Okay, so you want a true statement? Not honest. That's silly. A true statement. England has an equally colorful flag as the USA. This is actually interesting. Just an aside, this is a trick that they do on people taking English tests, IELTS, TOEFL, CAE, the FCE. These tests do exactly this trick. Okay, they try to fool you by using a comparative. So it is false. England's flag is more colorful is not true because they are completely equal in the number of colors. They are exactly the same colors. So the statement England's flag is more colorful is false. It's not more colorful. It's not less colorful either. It's exactly the same. Tricky tricks. This is a very common trick in English exams, actually. Okay. Anyway, Heidi.
Australia is drier than Scotland.
True or false?
True.
Yeah, it's got to be true. Yeah, it's got to be. I thought it maybe was a trick question. Yes, it is true.
Australia has always natural fire.
Yeah, that's true. many wildfires. We call them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Not to mention right now, Alaska is burning to the ground. I don't know if you guys know about that in the news, but really,
Japan is burning.
it is as well. Are there?
Because of a female soccer team won.
Oh, okay. Different burning. Okay, Oscar. Anyway, this is a stupid question. And okay, first of all, go ahead and form the statement, and then we'll talk about it.
Australia is newer than England. False.
Why false?
Because Australia is recently is the most recently continent.
Okay, well, wait a minute. The actual statement, if we do the England first, England is newer than Australia. Okay, I don't even know how to answer this question. I'm just going to give you a point. This doesn't make sense to me. What? What are they talking about? Because I don't know what they're really talking about. Are you talking about the country? The formation of the country? But because they're both, well, one's an island and one's a continent.
Yes.
Are they talking about the actual formation of the land mass?
Yes.
See, I don't know. I have no idea. The land mass? I don't know. Do you? I'm not a geology guy. I don't really know how many billions of years old the exposed part of England and Australia are. That's a weird question.
Yes.
Yeah. Not enough information. Okay. All right, I'm just giving you the point, Oscar, by default. Okay, JK.
The USA has more castles from England.
Then
It's false. Than England, yeah.
Then England.
False.
Yes, of course it's false.
Yeah.
Do you think there are any castles in England? I mean, in the United States, JK?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Actually, there are.
There are.
Yeah, some rich people build castles to amuse themselves.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, there are castles. There are.
Yeah, I saw some of them in movies.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the U.S. What do you guys know about the U.S.? Let's see. If we can. We only got about 15 minutes. Let's see if we can go speed it up a notch. Frank, again, superlative question form. And we're talking about United States. Frank?
Yes.
Okay.
I know this one.
First the question.
Which is the largest state?
Okay. In the U.S., Frank, largest.
Largest.
Yes. Larger, largest. The G sounds like a J here. Okay. Do you know, Frank?
Alaska.
You're absolutely correct. Very good. 1 point for Frank. Very good. You're absolutely correct. Heidi.
Okay.
Which
is the most popular holiday destination in the United States?
Oh my goodness.
Hawaii.
I don't know the answer to this.
Definitely Hawaii. Because I like there.
Because you like Hawaii. Okay. But numbers of people who go there. Actually, I did know this if I really think about it. Oscar. Popular, not like qualitatively, it's better, because probably Heidi would be correct. But quantitatively numbers.
Mm.
Where do people go? It's not Hawaii. It's a state. You only have 49 other possibilities.
California.
Well, I let Oscar have a chance. Oscar, give it a shot.
The Miami.
Miami, no. JK, take a guess. JK?
I don't know.
No idea. Frank? Frank, chance to steal. Frank,
Yes.
where do you think? Where do tourists go in the United States? Oh, running out of time. 3, 2, 1.
Give up.
Give up. Okay. It is
Big Apple.
New York, the Big Apple. Whoever said
Big Apple.
that?
Yes.
The Big
At
Apple.
first, I thought Las Vegas.
No, that would be where do people lose more money? Okay. Oh, Heidi. Oh, well,
New
here you go,
York
Heidi.
because of the sea? New York because of the sea?
Because of the sea? I think because of the city.
Okay.
Yeah. Heidi.
Which is the coldest state in the United States?
Yeah.
Alaska again.
Alaska again. That was an easy one. Okay. See, Heidi, you got an easy one finally. Oscar. This is interesting. I know this one. Oscar?
Which is the which is lower or lower?
Yeah. It's got to be superlative.
As
Oscar.
relative. Sorry.
Yes.
Which is the lowest place in U.S.?
Very good. And what is the answer?
Place.
In the U.S. You got to say the before U.S. Even if you just say the initials U.S., you should always say the U.S., the United States.
The U.S.
Yeah. Okay, which is the lowest place in the U.S.? And we don't mean low like criminal. Criminal people with low morals standards. That's not what we mean. We mean actually physically low. Elevation. Actual physical elevation. How many
Elevation.
feet or meters above or below sea level? Yes. Do you know?
No.
No. JK, do you know? Either you know it or you don't. You'll never guess it.
Kalahari Desert?
Kalahari Desert, wrong continent.
Okay.
But it's kind of on the right track. Frank.
Death Valley National Park.
Oh, very good, Frank. Give Frank a point. Death Valley is actually below sea level. Yes, it's in the desert, California, Nevada. Yes, it's actually below sea level. It's under zero. It's negative. Its elevation is negative. Very good, Frank. Okay, Oscar. Ooh, this is difficult. I'm sorry, not Oscar. JK. Moving on to JK.
Oh my God, it's very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the longest highway in the USA?
Yeah.
Do you know it?
No, I didn't. No one's
Really?
ever gonna get. No, I had no idea. I could have made guesses that would
We
have all
should
been
ask.
wrong. Yeah.
We should ask Heidi.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do this one fast because no one's gonna get this. Frank, you know?
Chat.
Route 20.
No. Heidi, do you know?
Route 3.
Route 3. Nice try. At least you know it's a route. Oscar, any idea?
Alabama.
Alabama. No. You know, I would have guessed perhaps that it was that on both coasts, east and west, Atlantic, Pacific, there is a Route 1 that goes all along the coast. It hugs the coast. It follows the coastline from one border to the other, or from Maine to Florida, in the west from Canada to Mexico. But that's not the answer.
Route 1 is Alaska.
US 20.
U.S. Road 20. Yeah, apparently is the answer. I don't even know if I've ever personally been on this road or not. I don't even know where this road is, quite honestly. 5,415 kilometers. It's long. One interesting thing about U.S. highways, just a little bit of silly trivia. If the numbers are even, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, even numbers, then that means that these highways go, generally speaking, from east to west, or west to east, however you want to look at it. And route numbers of roads that end with odd numbers, go north to south, south to north, just so you know. The major highways that go east to west are Route 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. There are Route 100s, but they're smaller roads. Just so you know. Oh, the next one's simple.
Interesting.
Thanks. Yeah. There's some weird, interesting things about how America is organized. Interestingly, all right, I know this is also just very trivial, but you can figure out where someone is from by their social security numbers. If you have the first 3 digits indicate where you're from. For example, if you have a low number like 001, then you're from Maine. If you have a high north and east, if your number's very, very high, like your first 3 numbers are 999, you're probably from San Diego. Interestingly. And also zip codes are organized in kind of the same way. They go across the country geographically. Anyway, okay, never mind about that. Okay, okay, wait a minute, I forgot where I am. I need Oscar, JK, Frank. Probably, maybe the last. Okay, number 6. You can get this one.
Which is the most famous filmmaking place?
Filmmaking place.
Filmmaking. Hollywood.
Of course, it's Hollywood. All right, very good. So, got that one fast. We have time for another one. Heidi. This is the tricky one.
Which is the most favorite food in the United States? Steak. Beef steak.
Steak. That would be my favorite, but not necessarily everyone else's. Okay, Oscar, do you know?
Hot dogs?
And I actually happen to know this is true by like numbers of kilos eaten in a year. What's that, Oscar? Hot dogs? No, that's a good guess, though, Oscar. Great guess, but no.
Fast food?
Well, you got to be specific. What kind
Hamburger.
of hamburgers? Nope, not hamburgers or hot dogs or steak. Frank,
Pig.
can you guess? Frank?
Pizza.
It is pizza. You're correct, Frank. Very good. Frank joined the class
No,
late,
God.
came from behind. Oh, you got that?
No, JK. JK.
JK. Oh, all right, all right. Okay.
I guess I won. Thanks God.
You got one. Oh, you got one earlier in the class, too. You got a couple points.
Okay.
Oscar. One more. Oscar?
Yes. Which is the most dangerous animal that U.S.?
Okay, that lives in the U.S. What is it? What is the most dangerous animal in the U.S.? What do you think it is?
Tiger?
Tiger? No, no tigers in the U.S. except in zoos. JK, do you know?
Wolves.
Wolves? No. No, there's something more dangerous. Do you know?
Grizzly.
Hang on. Frank, do you know?
Black bear.
Black bear? No. Actually, the actual answer is politician. An American politician. By far the most dangerous animal you will encounter. Of course, that's like actually.
You mean the cops? The cops.
Yeah, maybe the police would be a better answer.
Yeah.
Actually, Heidi's answer was correct. A grizzly bear. They're enormous. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. I hope you learned a little English, a little trivia.
Thank you.
Thanks for participating. See you guys.